Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about every single new cosmetic coming to Space Marine 2 patch 12.0 with the Techmarine update. Now, in this patch, we are getting a brand new Raven Guard Champion Pack, a brand new Carcharadons Cosmetic Pack, and upgrades to pre-existing Champion Pack selection, and a whole new overhaul to the Heroic Weapon customization for weapon skins. So, really cool stuff here. We'll be going over all of that today, starting with the brand new Raven Guard Champion Pack. Now, this champion pack is available for the assault class, obviously, and you will be able to mix and match pieces on other classes that we'll show in a minute. But as far as my overall impressions go for this champion pack, I think this is probably my favorite in the game currently. The only one that comes close to this one, in my opinion, is the Bulwark Black Templar from patch 10, but if that's the one you're competing with, you're in a pretty good spot. Now, the elephant in the room here is that this looks very similar to the recent 8th and Sean Chapter Master model for the Raven Guard, and I think that is very intentional because they are trying to sell their miniatures alongside these champion packs in a lot of cases, so them releasing these in a similar time period makes a lot of sense. Now, my only problem with like the individual pieces on the assault class is that you do have a cape here on the main champion pack, but if you were to equip the normal one, you don't actually get that cape on the jump pack, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, it really doesn't matter that much because you can just equip the actual champion pack. But if you are trying to mix and match your own Raven Guard using options from the Champion Pack, just be aware you will not have access to that cape, at least for now. They might change it on the official launch. I just wanted to make sure people were aware of that. Now, on top of these options for the Champion Pack, you will also be getting a brand new skin for the standard bolt pistol. This is a Raven Guard suppressor version of the normal bolt pistol. This actually has its own unique sound effect in-game. This is actually my favorite champion weapon skin in the entire game currently by far for that reason. It sounds really damn cool. I mean, don't really ask me the practicality of putting a suppressor on a weapon that has a bullet that explodes on impact, but either way, it's a neat little effect. I'm glad they actually added in that sound. I'll showcase that now.
This place crawls with chaos abominations.
So the new bolt pistol skin sounds cool, it looks cool, the champion pack looks amazing, but what other classes have access to these armor pieces? Well, the next class we'll be talking about here is Tactical. This class has access to like 99% of the available options for the Raven Guard Champion Pack. You get the chest plate down here. You will also have access to the helmet. The only thing the Tactical does not have access to from the Champion Pack is the backpack. So if you go here, you can see like there's no backpack option for him and no cape. Now that is kind of like a little sad the cape is left behind, but don't worry guys, we'll get into the cape in a second because one class does have access to the cape. Now, one other thing he has here is the Raven Guard Champion Pack Tabard. That is a pretty nice option for him. Also, you kind of like fit this on other armor sets you could use if you want to be like a different kind of guy. That is up to you. But as far as the options go for Tactical, he has pretty much all of them, including the shoulders. So if you want to play it on him, it's very easy to mix and match. Now, Bulwark, like Assault and Tactical, can also combine pieces from the Raven Guard Champion. His selection is a bit more limited, however. He does not have access to the chest plate. He is mostly for the pauldrons and like the arm pieces, which is pretty nice. And just like the Raven Guard Champion on the Tactical, you don't have access to a backpack. You know, there's a bit of a limitation here, but on the bright side, you do now have access to a Blood Angels backpack on him this patch, so kind of like a silver lining there. Now, as far as the final class I want to cover here for options for the Raven Guard Champion Pack, we do have the Sniper class. Now, people have been asking forever, will there be a Raven Guard Champion for the Sniper? What about the Raven Guard Champion on the Sniper class? Raven Guard are snipers and stealth guys. Why aren't they on the Sniper? Well, guess what? They added in a very special option for him where he does have access to the Raven Guard Champion Pack's cape. This is a pretty cool thing for him, and on top of that, you are also able to equip not only the helmet, but also the piece over here on the shoulder pad to kind of like fill out that feathered look, which is what a lot of people want on their Raven Guard snipers anyways. So I think that's a pretty cool addition they put here. They did a similar thing for Assault in patch 11 for the Blood Angels champion, and I think this will satisfy most players that were looking to play a Raven Guard champion. Now, Vanguard and Heavy also have a couple options for this. Vanguard can use the shoulder pads, and Heavy can use the helmet from the Raven Guard. If you want a full list of all the other options I didn't cover here, I will put that on the screen. That does cover everything regarding the Raven Guard Champion Pack for the most part. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments below. I think this Champion Pack is a huge W, so I'm curious to see what other people think. Now that we have talked about the Raven Guard Champion Pack, it is time to go over the Carcharadons Cosmetic Pack. This is the brand new Cosmetic Pack coming in patch 12, following up the Salamander one in patch 11. And I think this one is far better than what we had last time. You do get 5 new armor pieces in this one, even though it's really more like 4 because one of them is a helmet reskin we'll show in a minute. But as far as the chest plate customization goes, this is the new Carcharadons cosmetic chest plate. It looks pretty damn cool. You have a bloodied texture here on top of all the shark decorations. I mean, they are shark boys, like that's kind of the whole thing with these guys. Carcharadons are a very popular chapter, so I am glad they went all in for this. And as far as the other options are concerned, the right pauldron is over here. This is more shark decorations on your armor piece, and then on the left pauldron, you have like a molecular bonded stud armor piece with chains and more shark decorations. And then the most important part of all of this beyond the chest plate, in my opinion, is of course the brand new Mark V helmet customization in 2 variants. We have a standard one with like no blade decals or like no Carcharadons cosmetics, and then this one over here is for the actual chapter pack. So pretty nice. They give us a clean version and a dirtied version because maybe some people don't want to play with like a blade helmet the entire time. So nice that they did that. Now, this helmet is available on every single class, and the armor pieces here are also available on every class, well, except for Techmarine, I should say. But like the pauldrons and the helmet, they are available on every class except Techmarine, and the chest plate is only available on Tactical, Assault, and Bulwark, so just keep that in mind. So if that's like a big no-go for you, you probably don't want this one. But that's pretty much all there is for the Carcharadons cosmetic pack. But now that we have showcased the Raven Guard Champion Pack and Carcharadons Cosmetic Pack, it is time to talk about the brand new additional items from existing Champion Packs for other classes. Now, number 1 is Tactical. He has a few changes here. Most of this is a tabard change, where now you have access to the Ultramarines Champion Skin tabards and the Imperial Fish Champion tabards, which look significantly worse, in my opinion, than the Ultramarines one. Like, this one has like a very glossy texture. It looks way better on the actual Imperial Fish Champion, but either way, it is nice to add in both of these. And one other change to Tactical here is that we now have the White Scars Champion Pack have additional items for him as well, with like the extra tabard options, which is pretty nice. That wasn't available before, though it didn't really matter too much because you did have that on the base White Scars DLC plate, but either way, I'm sure that will satisfy some players. Now, the next major change to another class we have here is the Bulwark. Number 1, Bulwark's cloak on his Dark Angels Champion chest plate now affects all the individual pieces. Really nice option there, because the cloak here is one of the most interesting cloak options in the entire game, at least as far as like the base DLC is concerned. And another option he has now is for his Blood Angels shoulder pads. These are finally added here, and on top of that, we have the Blood Angels backpack I mentioned previously. So pretty cool stuff for Bulwark. Now, the final class with any major changes to his champion pack customization is the Heavy. Now, here we just have some additional shoulder pads. You now use the Dark Angels Champion one and the Black Templar one, though to be honest, I feel like these were already on the class. Maybe I'm just tweaking because I was pretty sure I've used them before, but I guess they're new. They did put that in the patch notes, but you know, you have them on the left shoulder and also the right shoulder. Maybe like one of them is just like an additional one. Either way, if you like your Dark Angels on the Heavy, if you like your Black Templars, you will be able to play them on Heavy with additional shoulders. Just keep that in mind. And now that we have gone over the Raven Guard Champion Pack and Carcharadons Cosmetic DLC on top of the Champion Pack overhauls to existing sets, it is time for us to cover the Techmarine's armor sets. Now, the Techmarine's armor is a bit more limited compared to other classes. His helmet selection is by far the most varied, where number 1, you have 2 unique helmetless options and 3 new exclusive helmets to him. So that's pretty cool to see. And he also has options for all the previously added helmets like Survivor Helmet, Mark 8 Errant, Mark 7, the Molecular Bonded Stud Helmet from the, I believe this is Siege mode, and then you have some DLC options, including the brand new Carcharadons Cosmetic Pack. So helmet selection, that's pretty good. I think people will be pretty satisfied with this. Now, where the limitations in his customization really come from are his shoulder pads and the other options here. So for the shoulder pads, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 options. These look okay. I think the right pauldrons look far better with 1, 2, 3, 4 options. This one's my personal favorite. And then for the chest piece customization, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think number 3 looks the best in my opinion. Number 4 is quite ugly, but you know, that is just my personal preference. Maybe you'll love this one. And as far as the backpack goes, he does have quite a few options here. Like, you got 7 choices. You got like this one, this one, this one. Actually, let's go through all these quite slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First one. So these ones look pretty damn good, which that makes sense because this is like a Mechadendrite arms. Now, as far as the gauntlets go, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the right arm is pretty much always a robot arm and hardly looks different at all, like any of the variants, in my opinion. So I doubt most people are going to notice this whatsoever. Now, for the greaves here, you got 1, 2, 3, and then for the right greave, you got 1, 2, 3. So these are all pretty okay, but you know, as far as the customization goes for this class, like I said before, it is more limited than the other ones, but that's kind of be expected because it is a brand new class. And they did add in a lot of new armor parts in this patch just for one guy for free, so I think that makes a lot of sense. But let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section below. And to answer one more question people probably have is, can you customize the colors on these? Of course you can. You don't have to be 100% lore accurate. You could make an Iron Father. You can really do whatever you want. That is up to you. And also, I want to mention that we have a brand new decal this patch where you can now play as a red Corsair as well, because we'll be showing that in the Chaos customization option, that the Techmarine's Chaos chapter is, of course, a red Corsair. So pretty cool to add this as an option. You can actually use this on all other classes, so pretty cool thing there. That's pretty much all there is for the Loyalist Techmarine. So while that is pretty much everything there is for the brand new Champion Pack, Cosmetic DLC, and existing Champion Pack options, I do want to talk about the brand new weapon skin customization that's also coming this patch, where now you'll be able to swap heroic weapon skins with the relic tier counterparts and vice versa. So for example, I could take a Power Gladius and equip a base Master Crafted option for it. So that is a pretty cool thing to see. This does give you a ton of options outside of your armor to customize your character and mix and match armor sets. So pretty cool stuff here. Really happy they added that. Now, one other thing they added to the actual armor, however, is the new head customization, where now you can actually swap the heads from other classes onto other classes. So for example, I could take Decimus and put him as a tactical character. I could take Straben here and also put him as a tactical. You know, I'm pretty sure they have the same voice lines, but the point is you can now use these heads. And also the new DLC heads are coming. We can view them here. We haven't actually heard their voice lines entirely yet, but when this actually comes out, you will be able to swap the voice lines independent of the heads. So if you want to play a Black Templar with like a Straben head, you could definitely do that. That is up to you, though keep in mind this voice pack DLC will be separate from the season pass and will cost $5. That is like a bit of a stipulation there. Now, as far as the accolades go, not accolades, as far as the unlock or these heads go, you have to purchase them with accolades in the Refinement and Redemption store. They are actually a bundle, so they're going to be able to be purchased all at once, but just keep in mind they won't be base unlocked. You will have to purchase them. But that is pretty much everything there is for the customization here. And that is pretty much every single bit of PvE customization coming to Space Marine 2 patch 12.0 with the Techmarine update. Now, the Techmarine update will officially drop on February 26th, and one other thing I want to mention is that there will be Twitch drops with even more cosmetics that are going to be coming out with the official update. If you want to watch me live on Twitch, you can find a link to that in the video description below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye.